my deputy, Dr. Robert Monda, the senator, the county commissioner, and members of the security team, Speaker of the County Assembly, members of the County Assembly, members of the Executive Committee, and the staff of Kisii County, our esteemed servicemen and women, religious leaders, and all other sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, before I read my speech, I wanted to do a quick recap on what my good friends, Senator Mumaima and the Honorable Zaire Janda say. I want to confirm here today that my brother Zaire Janda, the first meeting we had at an inaugural time in this field, Mheshimiwa Janda, nataka nishukuru kwa sababu wewe umekuwa pamoja nasi. Vile vile Mheshimiwa Chanda, nataka nikurudishie shukrani sana kwa sababu kulikuwa na shamba ambao mlikuwa mnapigana na gavana aliyepita kule ATC ambao ni shamba lako, ambao ulikuwa umepewa na Lands Commission. Lakini kwa kuongea na wewe, Mheshimiwa Janda alipeana shamba hilo liwekwe hospitali ya kansa. Asante sana ndugu yangu. Mambo ya diplomacy ndio mimi nilisomea na ninajua kwamba vile vya kuongea na kila mmoja. Asante kwa kutupea lile shamba. Pili, nataka nitoe shukrani zangu kwa sababu tulikuwa tumeongea na county commissioner kwamba tunahitaji museum yetu hapa. Na in the supplementary budget ambao tutakuwa nayo, tutaweka fedha za kuanza museum ile. Nikubalie nisome speech yangu ndiposa nipeane mwelekeo wananchi watukufu. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to express my great pleasure today as I join my fellow citizens of our county to commemorate this very important day in our national calendar. Mashujaa Day is a day set aside to recognize and commemorate the great heroes and heroines, gallant men and women, both alive and those who have gone before us, whose sacrifice has contributed immensely to the freedom which we enjoy today. Ladies and gentlemen, first, let me take this opportunity to express my gratitude as I join you in the marking of Mashujaa Day, an important day in our national calendar. Kisii County is featured prominently on the Kenya map as one of the regions that have been and continue to be home to national heroes. It is from this region that senior provincial administrators, such as Musa Nyandusi, Angwen Kingoina Gichana, Zakaria Ngwenyi Ooga, Asha Onyego, among others, who in the past served our great nation as senior chiefs, have hailed from. Our political leaders, who among them, Simeon Nyachai, George Anyona, Sakari Onyonka, among others, will forever be remembered for their diligent service to our county and the country. I salute them. Ladies and gentlemen, the list of our heroes will not be complete without the mention of Kenyan's international footballer Henry Motigo and the World Athletics reigned 5,000 meters champion, Helen Obiri, Yabesi Ondieki, Nyantika Miyoro, among many others, Julius Wako, Hezron Mokamba, Stanley Kogoro, and all these are the people who have won either silver, gold medals, all of them. Thomas Osano, Jafet Machuka, Ohanda Kerochi, Jacqueline Torori, Gilbert Okari, Nancy Mwenga, Eunice Sagero, Julius Yondere, Evans Mayaka, Aperi Gesemba, Peter Munyancha, Joel Onunga, Charles Obogi, Toch Mochache, Melen Mugaka, Aberi Odenyo, Owen Magori, Firis Ongori, Valentine Orale, Douglas Momani, Grace Momani, Jane Omoro, Benjamin Orina, John Wako, Sam Nyagicha, Ondoro Osoro, Mary Mora, Irene Mogaka. The liberation story of Otenyo, Yamantere, a brave Kisii warrior who held our community wage war against the colonialists, way before the Mau Mau movement decades later will not as well be forgotten. When County Commissioner, when you guys from Central, you are happy of the Mau Mau, we had our own Otenyo who went ahead and confronted the colonialists before the Mau Mau was in place. These brave men and women have and continue making our county or country proud. Today, we celebrate our leaders, tiles farmers, teachers, businessmen, our workforce in the civil service, our men and women in uniform, and everyone whose hard work and effort not only feed, clothe, and house families, but also ensure our children access affordable education. Ladies and gentlemen, away from the makers of our nation, our county is still facing challenges our nation has faced since Kenya attained self-rule. Millions of our people are still unable to access affordable health care, education, and safe and clean water, with poverty level at all-time high. In their wisdom, the framers of our Constitution took note of the above challenges. Through this realization, the clamor for a new Constitution aimed at bringing service closer to Mwananchi kicked in, resulting in the 2010 Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, today's gathering has been possible by the 2010 Constitution, which has enabled it to devolve crucial government functions that now allow our people to engage in a nation building while sharing the national cake. Close to 2 months ago, during our inauguration as the second county administration, we informed the nation we had inherited a rundown county, one built on cronyism and personal connections at the expense of development and service delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, in the past month, my administration commissioned an audit on the human resource capacity of our county. The audit revealed glaring gaps that now calls for strengthening our payroll system and a close scrutiny of the county's human resource infrastructure. We cannot continue running a county where cartels are running multiple payments accounts. Staff have different national identity cards that do not match their tax pins. In one case, one ID numbers produced 192 PIN numbers. that shows how our state of resources in the human resource management is. Not staff continue drawing salaries without the request qualification, among other shocking findings. Ladies and gentlemen, the cancer of corruption has not only affected the county's human resource department, but has spread its tentacles to the procurement sector of our administration. The county government is facing pending bills running into billions of shillings, with some of the payment questionable and an outright attempt to steal from the taxpayer. My administration has flagged 67 payment claims submitted for payment after discovering they were all ghost roads construction works. To this end, I have instructed the setting up of a pending bill committee to interrogate all pending payment. I wish to assure contractors and the suppliers that those who have engaged in genuine work shall be paid, but for those who have not shall not be paid and must be subjected to the law. Ladies and gentlemen, my administration has commenced internal administrative action to rectify these anomalies, lining with national government directives to all 47 counties that called for strengthening county payroll systems. I've started in the past. This is not a witch hunt, but a deliberate step towards ensuring we have in place an efficient county service. Ladies and gentlemen, we made a convent with our people during our grilling campaign. We assured our people that we will not only keep the covenant, but see to it that the pillars of covenant is anchored on, namely devolution, governance, wealth creation, sustainable environmental conservation, and social development, enablers and ICT stand. As we settle into office, my administration has made a deliberate effort to align the county integrated development plan to mirror the 5 pillars in our manifesto. Ladies and gentlemen, my administration promised to bring order to border sector, and I know there are murmurs about the speed at which this is taking place for our borders operators to realize meaningful dividends from their business. We must restore order, restoring sanity to this sector and weeding out rogue elements hell-bent on tarnishing this sector's good name. We must do it. There are political elements I know inciting borders operators by exploiting their unmeant grievances. My administration is keenly paying attention to this act of lawlessness. No effort will be spared in exposing those out to fund chaos and protecting the border sector from selfish political schemes. I did promise, as my brother indicated earlier, indeed, and I want to reiterate what Sagero sang, that borders, and I'll make it possible for our young people engaged in that meaningful business. Ladies and gentlemen, we are keen to leverage on agriculture sector, which is a key driver of our economy, and make it an ultimate means to employment, wealth creation, and food security. Our focus as a government is to build the local economy by encouraging investment in value addition and cash crop farming, making available agricultural subsidies and agricultural extension services, all aimed at improving the quality of our agricultural production. To spur agricultural production, my administration is laying particular emphasis on the reviving of industrial cash crop, whose production has taken a hit over decades. Ladies and gentlemen, to revamp the coffee sector, my administration will work closely with the Coffee Society through the Kisii Farmers Coffee Union, aimed at boosting the coffee production. We must, as a county, give attention to agro-processing, branding, and marketing in the coffee sector, once billed as the black gold. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, Kisii County in the past been hailed as a leading pyrethrum county, which my deputy mentioned earlier. My administration is determined to have our county back on the Kenya map as a region that produced high-quality pyrethrum. Recently, we held very fruitful engagement with the leadership of the pyrethrum processing company of Kenya, PPCK, with a view of relaying farmers in the potential areas of Kisii to once again embrace the noble venture. The PPCK promised to give us 120 kgs of seedlings, which we are going to give to ATC to start the nursery for our people. Ladies and gentlemen, the operationalization of banana processing factory, the avocado processing plant at Kisii Agricultural Training Center, and the intended setting up of a sugar cane processing plant and the substance value addition plant in South Mugrango will go a long way in addressing all our critical agricultural sector within the borders of our county. Ladies and gentlemen, turning on the health sector, it's important for us to get this one clear. Turning on the health sector, my administration will undertake to train and equip all our health facilities to attend to emerging medical challenges facing our people, while at the same time improving quality medical care they receive. This can only be possible if those charged with the responsibility of running our medical facility are made accountable while in line of duty. Ladies and gentlemen, as a first step among many aimed institutional efficiency in service delivery in all health facilities, my government has introduced digitized drug receipt, distribution, and dispensing system to curb the theft of drugs at the medical centers and sub-counties hospitals in the county. The pilot program that has so far registered remarkable success has also forced the closure, this is important, closure of several illegal drug stores in the county. I got information from one of the sub-counties that a number of those chemists, they have been closed down because they could not receive the drugs which they used to receive from the stolen ones from our stores. The supply of stolen drugs to the stores has been curbed by stringent pilot system that is operational. We will stop at nothing until we ensure that drugs meant to help our people reach them and not end up in the hands of corrupt individuals. It's an immediate and pressing challenge of clean and affordable water supply system. I recently sanctioned the management of the Kisii Water and Sanitation Company, WASCO Board of Directors, who are with us here today. I wish to call upon the water management body to urgently exploit and address the acute shortage of water supply by ensuring resumption of water supply to residents of Kisii municipality and its environment. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenges in the water sector have been characterized by infighting among the members of the Water Management Board. Only last year, the county government of Kisii missed out on the 2 billion grant as the members of the Water Management Board, WASCO, fought over party of 91 million of COVID money. These men and women were busy fighting for 91 million. When the grant came in, this money was diverted to a neighboring county. A sad story, but I'm happy that we have restored order in WASCO to deliver. We are weighing, I know we have around 120 million, which money if we don't utilize by the end of the month will go back to the fund. I've spoken to my counterpart in Nyambera. We have agreed. As long as you come up with a proper budget of the spending of 120 million, we will release those monies before the end of the month so that our people, they are connected to water. I'm happy to report that the wars have ended and the Water Management Board has gotten down to business. I wish to call upon the residents of Kisii County to take advantage of water connection program to be rolled out in November to apply for water connections services as we rush to have more people connected to the piped water supply. Ladies and gentlemen, my government will undertake, among other interventions, the construction of an additional of 35 kilometers distribution piped water. Additional areas of Suneka, Nyamataro, Matongo, and Kyogoro. The residents of Iyabe, Nyaguta, Nyabioto, Motonto, Kerina, Mogumo, Igonga, Gesonso, Mosocho, Jogo, Mwembe, Nyakoe, Egisa, Minyinkwa, and Bubaracho are also set to benefit from this project. My administration pledged to not only to improve our overall education standards as county, but also to ensure the quality of education we offer our children meets the demands of the job market. In this report, my administration has rolled out bursary program for needy students, but bright in all our wards. The kitty of 3 million per ward will see the numbers of families seeking education funding a break from the past. My administration will work closely with the elected leaders of the county assembly, county education administrators, and the residents who will now sit in the education committee to ensure fair distribution of the resources. In my supplementary submission to the assembly, I intend to bring up this sharing of 3 million for every ward, members of the county assembly, so that this money can help our people. And please, we help them. Leave the roads to me, I'll do them. For the bursary, you guys, you must help me to sort out, because there are many children at home who are not going to school. Ladies and gentlemen, turning the pressing issue of street urchins that continue to be of concern of my administration, my government will embark on a rehabilitation program for the street families by first renovating rehabilitation centers domiciled in the county before relocating the family there. Rehabilitation efforts will include training the street families and equipping them with skills and tools to enable them to engage in a meaningful income-generating business venture. Ladies and gentlemen, waste management and a functioning sewer system remains one of our biggest challenges as a county. The relocation of the ongoing Nyambera Dump site is one of the many steps to address the thorny waste management issue. In the next 2 months, the administration will transform the Nyambera Dump site into a recreational park as our county moves towards creating more recreational spaces for our people. That's the only way we can attain the status of a city. If we must open all roads which have been encroached, all spaces which have been grabbed, we'll reclaim them for us to start looking into forward many other steps that we'll make. We cannot address the matter of water and sanitation without addressing the water towers. Our forest cover continue to play a significant role in the water ecosystem and must be protected. My administration is alarmed by encroachment cases in our forest and riparian land. To protect these natural resources, my administration wishes to ask those who have encroached on the spaces or their forest land to vacate and allow its restoration. This is non-negotiable. We shall seek to involve community around the forest, land, and environmental protection and conservation. In conclusion, the task ahead of us of turning around the economic fortunes of our people is not only enormous, but challenging. Paramount is the support from our development partners, national government, and other key stakeholders. My administration will rely on to you actualize our service delivery and development agenda. As my administration aims at finishing the construction works in this stadium by setting aside that 6 million for the completion, I wish to inform the general public that my administration is willing to work closely with the national government and all other county government for our county to realize the Kenyan dream. Back to this field, I want to tell you, the people who are working in this field, people who are working on this track, they had accelerated the measurement of this track from 5,000 to 7,000. Until the other day when I asked the people who are helping, they did measurement for this field, this track. They found it is 5,000 square running meters, not 7,000. And I've asked the QS to revise because they wanted to eat from the 2,000 extra square meters they had added. The field, it had been projected to take 100 million. But out of the constructions and the constructions of their documents, we have found that it will take only 36 million on the remaining retainer wall. In the supplementary, members of the county assembly will submit also those estimates for us to get that 6 million to finish resetting the stadium. In conclusion, as my administration aims at finishing the construction of this stadium, we want to assure the residents of Kisii that we are going to work tirelessly around the clock to make sure our people are benefited from the vote they casted in the ballot box. Allow me to say this in Swahili as I'm coming to the end. Ndugu watukufu, wananchi watukufu, nataka nirudie kwa Kiswahili dakika moja peke yake. Mimi kama gavana wenu nitafanya kazi pamoja na serikali kuu kuhakikisha kwamba tumeleta maendeleo kwa wananchi wetu. Siasa imeisha. Mheshimiwa William Samuel Ruto ndio rais wetu sasa kwa miaka ingine 5, Mungu akimjalia tutafanya kazi pamoja na yeye. Na nataka niseme, mnajua mimi si muoga. Mimi ni mkakamavu kwa kazi ya serikali ambayo nimepewa. Na nitahakikisha mji wetu umefikia kiwango cha kuwa asiti. Nikubalie tafadhali ndugu zangu wale ambao ni wanabodaboda, wafanya biashara, tuhakikishe kwamba tumetengeneza mji wetu. Tumefungua barabara zote. Tumepata viwanja mahali watu wanapumzika. Mimi nataka niwaulize, mniachie nipambane na wale wezi ambao kazi yao ni kuhakikisha pesa zimeingia kwa county, wamepitisha katika county za county na wameiba. Kazi yangu ni kupambana na wao. Niko na nguvu ambazo hazitumiki. Na naomba kwamba mnikubalie the energy which is not used, the idle energy, I'll put it in place. Na mnisamehe tafadhali mahali nitakwenda kinyume na matarajio yenu. Lakini kwa sasa mimi ni mzaliwa wa hapa. Nitahakikisha madawa ambayo nilikuwa nimepromise yamefika hospitalini. Nitahakikisha, na nataka niwaambie ndugu zangu na dada zangu, kwa wakati huu tuendelee kumuomba Mungu. Mzee Omanga ni mzee Omanga, mzee wa miaka 92, lakini ni mchapa kazi. Ako na miaka 92, lakini shamba lake anachuna na anapata karibu 1200 kila mwezi. Huyo mzee. Wewe je, ambao uko na miaka 20, 30, unafanya nini katika kuinua uchumi wetu katika kaunti yetu? Nataka nimalizie hapo kuwauliza nyote tafadhali. Tushirikiane pamoja. Nataka nishukuru bwana county commissioner. Najua kwamba kutakuwa na vitina. Kuna watu wanataka kusema sisi unajua na amamapi my brother Zahiri Janda. Huyu ni mwana Kenya kwanza. Amekuwa katika mstari wa mbele kuhakikisha kwamba tuko pamoja. Bwana county commissioner, any element of criminality, let us forge together to make sure we have rooted it. Watu ambao walipiga kura, ambao walitupigia mimi nikiwa wa kwanza, Mheshimiwa Machowa akiwa wa pili, nilipata kura 1270. Mheshimiwa Machowa akapata 1080. Mheshimiwa Manson 1030. Mheshimiwa Obure 1009. Mheshimiwa Profesa karibu 1003. Nataka niseme kwamba hizo kura zinahitaji zifanywe kazi. Wewe mmoja wawili hamwezi simama barabarani wakati gari limejaa na watu 1300 na kitu ambao walipiga kura. Tutatembea juu yako, ndugu yangu, dada yangu. Lazima tuache kazi ifanyike. Nataka nimalizie hapo kwa kuwaomba nyote ndugu zangu na dada zangu, tushirikiane. Tufanye kazi, tuijenge nchi yetu kwa miaka ingine 5, wakati tutaenda kuuliza wananchi. Ndugu zangu ma MCA, tutafanya kazi pamoja na nyinyi. Tutahakikisha kwamba na nyinyi, kwa sababu nahitaji kurudi mara ya pili, lazima mfanye kazi pamoja na mimi, ndiposa tujaguliwe mara ya pili kama hawatakubali. Kwa hivyo naomba tushirikiane pamoja, tuhakikishe kwamba tumelinda mali ya wananchi. Nataka niachie hapo, nishukuru, nirudishe mic hii kwa ndugu yangu ACC. Ndiposa najua kwamba rais amemaliza speech yake, kwa hivyo tutashikia hapo tupate speech ya Mheshimiwa Rais. Asanteni na Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana.